Rotten Tomatoes is still at it. They do not know how to manipulate their numbers without exposing that they are blatantly manipulating their numbers. Captain Marvel's audience score is currently on 63% on the Rotten Tomatoes website, but unfortunately for them, to get to 63%, they've had to delete more votes than is blatantly obvious, and so the number of dislikes required to get to 63% is less than the number of dislikes that they had at around about 58%. They did a small mistake when they moved from 59% to 60%. I say mistake, I mean they didn't hide their cheating enough. They had 57,195 votes at 59%, and then they went to 58,338 votes at 60%. So the number of votes went up, which is good, but the number of dislikes required for that gap went from 23,450 and it moved down to 23,335. So they got rid of about 115 votes for the dislikes that are actually obvious and had to happen. Now, that doesn't mean they only removed 115 votes. It just means they didn't pad up enough likes to counteract the dislikes in the total, so you can see it actually went down. Okay, as I've showed in many other videos, they're doing this all the time. They are removing dislikes, and they're also not allowing people to put votes in for dislikes. I still haven't been able to put one in that'll actually stick in their system. So they're doing very dodgy things. When we graph the actual differences between the increases in likes and dislikes every time they update the system, we can see that blatantly the dislikes don't always increase. Now, they could stay at 0. That would mean that no one at all put in a dislike, but that's not true, particularly in their last update where they went up to 63%. So you can see very clearly that over 1,000 dislikes have been removed for the score to get to 63%. And again, that doesn't mean they removed 1,000 dislikes. It means they removed 1,000 more than they should have to make it far too blatant what they're doing. They've probably removed far in excess of 1,000 dislikes, but they just haven't kept things balanced, so it looks like they're not really manipulating things. So they had 59,260 votes at 60%, and then they went to 61,016 votes at 63%. Again, the number of votes increased, so that's fine. But unfortunately, to move from 60% to 63%, it's just not possible with that few number of votes. And so now it's went from 23,704 dislikes to 22,576 dislikes. So they've removed more than 1,000 dislikes that, again, are showing, but they've probably removed far more than 1,000. But you can get away with manipulating the numbers without it being blatant like this, but you just can't bump the percents up to this extent and actually keep the dislikes positive. Now, I know some people have said, why would they do this? Why would Fandango and Rotten Tomatoes want to help out a Disney movie? Or Fandango's owned by Comcast, which owns Universal, and they're also owned by Warner Brothers. They're competitors. Why would they want to see a Disney film do so well? Well, here's from the Captain Marvel trailer. Okay, Fandango's listed at the end of the Captain Marvel trailer. Fandango sells movie tickets, and Captain Marvel and Fandango are working together to promote this film, and Fandango promote every film. So Fandango makes money from selling tickets. This is a big movie, and they've probably helped it to keep hundreds of millions of dollars of extra money, and they'll get a proportion of that. A small part of that will go to them for movie ticket fees if people bought it through Fandango. So you don't need to ask, why would Warner Brothers or Universal help out Disney? Fandango wants to help out Disney. Fandango sells movie tickets. They want maximum movie tickets, putting aside any kind of bias that their actual employees may have and want to promote such a film. Just Fandango wants to make money, and this will hopefully make them some more money by covering up the terrible, terrible audience score. And as I've highlighted in other videos, they're also using the want to sees as part of a positive review. So every time someone says they want to see the film, that helps with the positive reviews, and they're blocking people from even being able to say they don't want to see any more at all, and they're making it so it's difficult to put in a negative review, and they're deleting negative reviews. So 63% is where they've got it to now, and again, we'll see if they can get it back up over 90% or 99%. We'll just see how bad they are, or how willing they are to push it further, or maybe they'll be happy if they can stop around the so-called professional critic score, which is around about 79% right now. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time.